Hello, 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 and welcome to another coffee time where we prattle on for about half an hour for about 80 people to watch. Oh well, keeps me off the streets, I suppose. So we're heading over to the Daily Mail website. Oh, it's like when that John Lennon died. Liam Payne threw himself out of a hotel balcony. Threw himself off a balcony in a drug-fueled furore, it seems. Let's just cut to the chase. Everyone's dilly-dallying around it, but let's just say what really happened. He's dead. So very sad. Not for him, but for everyone around him, of course. Apparently, yeah, drugs, drink, smashy room, threatened hotel people. Hotel people called the police. Then he threw himself off the balcony. Yeah, what can you say? There's loads of it on the Daily Mail website. So all the good stories have been, pushed aside by this selfish person. Again, horrible man. Harassing previous partners. She put a cease and desist injunction type thing on him about a week or so ago because he wouldn't stop contacting her. They split up years ago. Obviously got some problems. Not helped by his drug use, and out the window. So he kind of did a favour for everyone, really, didn't he? You could say his life headed in one direction, straight down to the pavement. So yeah, that's Liam Payne. No more pain, but again, feel very sorry for those around him. And he's left a son fatherless. The utter act of selfishness for those who do nonsense like this. But they're going to dress it up. The media dresses stuff up as mental health when he obviously had a drug problem and other substance abuse issues. Let's not dilly-dally around it. So this is it. He wanted fame. He wanted, at 14 he was on the X Factor. He wanted fame, he got it, and then this is where you end up. Very, very sad for everyone. Very, very sad. Oh God, there's some horrible stories on here today. Some horrible stories. Trying to find something good. Where's there? It's just, again, it's a lot of that. Sorry, there's a Mail Plus behind a paywall. Inside the deranged world of women who treat dangerous chimps as their babies, sometimes with horrific results. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Here we go. This is more like it. For those of you who haven't been paying attention, we have a government that isn't the Tory government. Yes, it's a Labour government. And it's coming. It's coming home. It's coming. The budget's coming home. Yeah. Rachel Reeves will be announcing her budget at the end of the month on October the 30th. Could say it's a Halloween budget, couldn't you, really? Should we just go there and say that? But yeah. Here she is. She's going, excellent, like Mr. Burns, excellent. And they reckon she's going to hit us. She's going to hit us where it hurts, of course. Remember, those with the broadest shoulders are going to help pay for this. So we started on the pensioners, and we're just going to work the way down from there. They reckon that tax is likely to make up the overwhelming bulk of the package, and they reckon it's going to be increases to national insurance, capital gains, inheritance tax. I think they're going to raise VAT. I wouldn't be surprised if they do that, and then they can say, "Oh well, but we'll wait and see." They're looking to raise £40 billion in taxes, and they've done a little graph. It's great. I love it when they do their graphs of the most expensive budgets in popular times. The ones that have cost the taxpayer the most. Should we have a little looky? Let's have a looky. In at the bottom is Dennis Healy in 1976 with 11.9 billion. George Osborne, June 2010. Do you remember him? It was all about austerity. Do you remember austerity politics that came out of the EU? Do you remember that when they decided to run the country like it was a shopping list rather than run it like a business where you have a little bit of working debt, because that's how you should run a country. Yeah. Gordon Brown with 16.2 billion back in July 1997. Ken Clark in 93 with 20 billion. And then Gordon Brown again, spring 2002, 24.7 billion. Again, it's all that spending, what they did. Geoffrey Howe, spring 81, 26.8 billion. Then Dennis Healy, he was the guy with the eyebrows, spring 1974, 27.4 billion. Then Rishi Sunak, Dishy Rishi himself, good to see him in there, in spring 2021, 31.3 billion. And then Dennis Healy again, he nearly knocked him off the top. Nearly knocked Norman Lamont off. Dennis Healy, 1975 spring, 31.4 billion. And in at the top, Norman Lamont, who's wandering on the common looking for a good fisting. Are we allowed to do that joke anymore? Spring 1993, 38.5 billion pounds. And they reckon that Rachel Reeves' budget is going to trounce all that. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. It's going to make your eyes water. Yes, so we'll have to look forward to that then. Told you it's going to be a bumpy ride. Okay, we'll do some cult news, shall we? Go on then. Let's do some cult news. This is the story of Jed Charlotte, or is it Charlot? Maybe maybe it's a French name, but he's a former army quartermaster. Here he is, looking very orange. The future's bright, and he's in trouble, right? Because he admitted stealing nearly £1 million from the Ministry of Defence. That's not bad going, is it? Yeah. The quartermaster sergeant was responsible for supplies and stores in the military, and this father of three was attached to 6 armoured close support battalions of the Royal Electrical and Mechanical Engineers. Salisbury Crown Court heard how Charlotte had dishonestly abused the position to make a gain, namely a monetary gain, and he pled guilty after being charged with fraud by abuse of position, theft by employee, and possession of criminal property. And he pled guilty on Wednesday. Did it tell you what he stole? But yeah, Judge Parks described the case as very curious, and the court will need to know more before sentencing on December the 13th. Barrister Mary Cow, representing Charlotte, told the court he was a man of good character, but he couldn't have been that good because he stole nearly £1 million worth of stuff, could he? Well, he loves his mum. Oh, we'll let him go. Let him go, He loves furry animals. We'll let him go. But yeah, he accepts criminality on the full facts basis. So, yeah. He heard that he lives with his wife and 3 children in Tidworth, and he's currently being evicted from his army accommodation as a result of the charge, because he's no longer in the army, so he's off. So he's not being evicted. He's being asked to vacate his property. He can go somewhere else to live. So yeah, it'd be interesting to know what he sold, what he stole, and how he fenced it. I want to know the details. But yeah, he's been released on bail, so he can arrange accommodation for his family. And again, now he will be sentenced on the 13th of December this year. What do you reckon? Suspended sentence? I reckon so. Meanwhile, let's go to Russia. We haven't done a good Russian story. Our mate Vlad, we love Vlad because we don't want to get a nice bottle of Novichok in a perfume bottle for Christmas. No, we do not want to fall off any high-rise car parks. No, we do not. We do not want to be mysteriously beaten to death down a dark alley by forces unknown. No, so we love Vlad. Vlad's our mate. But yeah, the Kremlin has been forced to rush out a statement denying that Vlad's health issues are still at the fore. Yeah, because he admitted undergoing regular examinations at a top Moscow hospital. He was speaking in a televised session with his health minister, Mikhail Murashko, which was one of those things where they're trying to encourage people to get flu jabs, flu shots. And he says, this is a quote from Putin himself, doctors at the Central Clinical Hospital undergo all sorts of regular examinations, also recommend getting vaccinated with domestically produced drugs. But then this sparked speculation over his medical condition. State news agency TASS was deployed to insist that Putin has no health problems. He is strong. He go to hospital. So the doctors know what a prime physical Russian specimen look like. Yeah. In here he is, looking. He say, "Yeah, I'm fit. I am. I'm the fittest man of all of Russia." But yeah, because there's always been intense speculation about his health and how he conducts himself, because he appeared to walk with a limp and have a bit of a tremor. There's been rumours that he has cancer to Parkinson's. So who knows? And of course, there's all the different Putins there are. But of course, we know him. This is how we know Putin. Something for the mums out there today. Yeah, something for the mums. And here you go. This is something for your Putin calendar, girls. There you go. But yeah, we know that Vlad's perfectly fine. And even if he did die, they'd replace him with a looky-likey. He's probably been dead a number of years, and it's probably Putin number 6 that we've got through. Wouldn't it be funny if he never died, if it was just the same guy, because they've got just a series of lookalikes to replace him? Chocolate news. We're doing a revived product. Yeah, Cadbury's announced return of a festive fan favourite. Really, I'm sure I'm getting deja vu here. Mini snowballs. No, it's just a cut of these jeans. You can now get them. Again, this life has passed me by. I'm like, this is news to me. Yes, they're back on. They're going to be back. Oh, sorry, I'm boring myself. Look, there you go. Have I told you I've got type 2 diabetes? I must mention it sometime. I must mention it. What else have we got? Here we go. This is Dion Joy. She was at home in Tameside in Greater Manchester, and she was looking out, and suddenly a car just pulled up. Here she's just shooing him away. But yeah, this car just pulled up onto her driveway, and initially she thought, oh, he's just turning around. But no, what it was somebody doing the school run. Yeah, it was a father doing the school run. Yeah, he was caught red-handed by an homeowner. The red Toyota initially pulled up outside Dion Joy's home. She thought he was turning around, but however, it dawned on the 33-year-old brutician that the motorist intended to use her driveway as a free parking space, and it was all captured on her doorbell, doorbell footage. This was about 3:20 in the afternoon. So she gestures to him, and he points towards the primary school, which is a number of doors down, suggesting he was picking up a child. Yeah. But she said, "You can't stay on my drive. Get off my drive, please." And even though she does this, he still attempts, to get in her favour. So he ignores her, and she goes, "Look, you've got to get back because my boyfriend's going to be back soon," and makes some excuse about having to go on the school run herself, so he'd be blocking her in. And eventually he gives up and reverses out. So, yeah. See, look, they have a conversation about. I mean, that takes some doing, doesn't it? But we've heard about people parking on other people's driveways. But yeah, she managed to convince him otherwise. She is the lady in question. But again, you wait till there's going to be more cars and fewer parking spaces. She said, I thought he was turning around, but then he got out of the car and I thought, hell no, you cheeky little git. I was a bit angry, but I didn't want to kick off with somebody outside my house who's going to be there, so I wanted to be careful. And so he explained the situation, and eventually he gave up. God, some people have brass nuts, I believe, I think is the expression, isn't it? God, there's even more about Liam Payne. God, Jesus, they're going to paint him as some sort of martyr now. Literally, it's just Liam Payne. Again, how he was on the X Factor at 14, and how was it Cheryl Cole picked him up at 14? Yeah, because he's got a kid with her, isn't he? It's her son that he's left fatherless. Again, that's just... Look, if you have kids, right, and you still drink and drug and act irresponsibly, you shouldn't be a father or a mother. You really, when you have kids, you should put all that shit behind you and get your priorities in order, you know. There's more. My God, look, I've got to show you how long this goes on for. Look, here it goes. Look, so here, look at this. Look, this is how long it goes on for. Look, so he goes from there, it keeps going. It keeps going, keeps going, keeps going, it keeps going, it keeps going, it keeps going, and some more, and some more, and some more, and there's some more before this, and a little bit more, and some more, and a little bit more. And that's it. That's how long it is. Anyway. Oh. For those of you who like politics, the Tory leadership campaign is warming up as Robert Jenrick and Kemi Badenoch. You're not supposed to say Badenoch, you're supposed to say Badenoch. It's unfortunate because if you split it, her name is Bad Enoch, and that's just a bad look. Or is it a Bade look? It's a Bade look. You've got to say Badenoch. So it's a Bade look. Now I'm going to say Bade as Bade all the time now. That's just Bade. I mean bad. Oh, but yeah, they're going to have a face-off. It's going to be like John Travolta and Nicolas Cage on GB News tonight. Ooh, so about 6 people will be watching. And for those of you who don't know, that's Robert Jenrick. There he is. And that's Kemi Badenoch, not Badenoch. It's bad enough. Badenoch. Bad enough. Badenoch. Bad enough. Oh, I just can't say it. I just can't. It's a tongue twister, isn't it? Oh, we have a dirty doctor. Well, he's not. He's a trainee medic. This is Ewan Crump. I'm sorry, but if your name was Crump, you'd change it, wouldn't you? I'd change it. I'd change my name if it was Crump. Here he is. He looks like a Crump, though. He looks definitely like a Crump. But he should have been called Ewan Creep. Oh, see what I did there. He's a trainee health worker. The 26-year-old allegedly made a no-entry sign to hang on the wall of a hospital room while he carried out bogus tests on 2 young female patients purely for his own sexual enjoyment. This was at an NHS hospital, a court has heard. Prosecutor Matthew Roberts said he carried out these tests purely for his own sexual pleasure, and he committed the most grotesque abuse of trust placed in him by these 2 young women. The court heard the first one came onto the ward having her appendix removed and complained of swelling in her stomach. And Crump allegedly used a bladder scanner to examine her bladder and groin before taking her into a room alone where he inserted a catheter into her, something he wasn't trained to do. Mr. Roberts said Crump unnecessarily asked the woman to pull down her shorts and put her legs up. There was no medical reason or justification for her genitals to be exposed, far less touched. And this was done for his own sexual pleasure, Mr. Roberts, the prosecutor, explained. And he was also accused of touching a second woman intimately after she was admitted to the ward at Grange University Hospital in Cumbrae, Gwent, on the same week with a bowel condition. She told police that he carried out an intimate vaginal examination and began to examine her bottom when no one asked why he was doing it. The trial continues at Cardiff Crown Court. But yeah, Crump of Gilfach, Caerphilly, denies 9 counts of sexual assault, including 3 allegations of sexual assault by penetration. It means he put his fingers in. That's not good, is it? You can't trust anyone. Here he is with his St. John's certificate. So there you go. I'm sure it was all just a mistake. One, there's a horrible story there, but we're going to ignore that. But this is, again, planning gone mad, right? Debbie Monfries may have to close her Caribbean restaurant, right? Because, well, when you see it, you'll never believe what they've done. They've put 5 telecom boxes right in front of a restaurant so no one can see it anymore. Yeah, and they were installed in 2012. Well, and immediately affected her revenue. Well, you know, she's 2012. Now you'd think it'd be issues standing outside, right? But yeah, she'd been asking for 12 years if they would be moved, or if they were, if they were staying, and yeah, they are staying. I mean, she's got a little al fresco area, but I guess it's the shadow is cast by the boxes. Again, I think what she needs to do is she's outside. I mean, I can see there's some there, but what she needs to do, right, is she needs to be smart. And what do you do? Look at the boxes. What do? Is you take a photo and you paste on there like a photorealistic image of what's behind the boxes, so when people go past, or if they're driving, it looks like the shop is still there. So yeah, you just put a poster that mimics what you'd see, what you can't see, that's blocked on the boxes. Problem solved. See, just got to think outside the box, or or think on the box, because it's a box. Oh well, but yeah, she's moaning that she might have to shut her business. Yeah, she said it took 12 years for them to tell me this, that basically nothing's going to change. She said if when we first started this fight they'd have sat me down and said, look, we can't do anything, at least I would have known. But they've kept her in the dark for 12 years. But she's hoping her MP Helen Hayes will take a case to the House of Commons. But I don't know. I think after 12 years it's kind of... I think she's just got to kind of face up to the facts and move on. What else have we got? Meanwhile, one woman is furious, and we can tell she's furious because she's got her arms folded. Right? Mind you, she looks like she's in the Pet Shop Boys. Look, there's a guy just standing there behind her. I mean, you think the photographer would have either waited until that fella had left or cropped him out, and she's upset because there's an Amazon van park behind her property, which is it's in Leyland in Lancashire. She said she had to endure months of construction noise while the multi-storey unit for 426 vehicles was being built. But now their night times and their sleep patterns have been disrupted by the lights that shine in. Yeah, it's like living next to Blackpool illuminations. Their words, not mine. Their words, not mine. And but yeah, one resident fumed. The construction noise went to part with 6 days a week was bad enough, and now we don't get a peaceful night's sleep because we have these blinding lights. It's awful. And yeah, you can see. I'm looking at the. That's just the way of the world, I'm afraid. And now that the Labour Party, and they're going to build on any bit of space that's available because of houses and God knows what else, you're going to get more of this. You're going to get more of this. And yeah, so. But at least they don't have to wait for Amazon parcels because they're right next door. There's always an upside. There's always an upside. You know, you've got to remember, there's always an upside. Yeah. Okay, how about this story? We'll do this. We'll do this one. We're going to Uzbek. Okay. We do have some footage. I'm just. And oh god, there's an advert. There's always an advert. But this is in Uzbek, and MPs want to ban something. I'm just going to show you what this is, because again, this is about like a viral trend, like TikTok. I don't know if they're making videos about this, but because of their behaviour, the Uzbek MPs are not happy. And here we go. This is what they want to ban, everyone. Yeah, they want to ban furries because apparently furries have been attacking people. Wait a minute. This isn't looking good. Is there an attack? I don't know. There's not much attacking going on. Well, there you go. So yeah, apparently furries or quadrupeds are people identify as animals and wear masks. Sometimes they wear ears, fake ears, paws, tails, and they do all that kind of stuff. But the furry movement is growing more and more in Russia and the former Soviet Union of Uzbek. Yeah, in police in Uzbekistan are currently on the hunt for a teenager who allegedly bit a passerby or dressed as a dog. And the Interior Ministry of Uzbekistan is considering fining the parents of furries the equivalent of £112. And yeah, experts believe that the furries can lead the child to take on aggressive actions of animals and injuring themselves and others. Right? But Uzbekistan is not the first country to report a furry attack. Last year, the furry community was thrust into the spotlight after a member attacked a man on Huntington Beach in California. And yeah, see, this is a still of that attack. Let's face it, it's not a furry, it's a bloke attacking another bloke, right? This is just assault. There's no make it sound like it's something that's real, and it's not. But yeah, this is what you need to be on the lookout for. And they're all perverts, by the way. When they meet up, they have little flaps, so you know they can have easy access. Listen, I'm just going to leave it like that, easy access. I remember reading this story of this, this teenager. He wanted to go to a furry convention, so his mum and dad said, "Yeah, you can go," and they went with him. And and there's all these people dressed up as animals in the suits, and he was as well. And his parents said, "Oh, this is weird," but it was fairly harmless fun. And then the next morning at breakfast down in the cafeteria, and I looked around, and all the people there were middle-aged men. Yeah, and they went to their son, "You're not coming again. You're not coming again." So yeah, let's ban those furries, shall we? Yeah, on the back of the tax hikes that are threatened at the end of the month, you could see your average portion of fish and chips costing you up to £25. Yes. Hospitality chiefs have voiced their utter belief at the incoming tax hikes. And pubs and restaurants could end up charging £25 for fish and chips. Louise McLean from Signature Pubs said today, she said the profits were diminishing due to a level on occasion that makes you think, God, what's the point? And that, just in case you don't know, that's what fish and chips look like. Indeed, what is the point? What is the point? She's also worried that new employment rules will make it harder to employ flexible staff. It's going to be an absolute quagmire to navigate, she added. Meanwhile, Nick McKenzie of Green King, they're the pub chain, said the financial pressures facing pubs are threatening the role that they play in the heart of the community and the UK economy. Any excuse to put up prices. I mean, I don't know how people afford to even go to the pub, to be honest. I mean, it's just absolutely bonkers. Good news, everybody. Foreign Secretary David Lammy is going to be visiting China tomorrow. I'm just hoping that they keep him. No, I'm joking. I like David Lammy. When he used to be on LBC, I used to like he had a nice, but he's not, I don't think he's ministerial. I think he'd be better off on the radio, actually. I think he's much more of a people person. Can't do that. Good news, everyone. Almost 63,000 asylum seekers whose cases were held by the Tory government could be given permission to remain by Labour. Yeah, because I don't know what to do with them. That's it. Nothing to. What do we do? What do we do? Nothing. Meanwhile, this is what I fear. This is what I fear. Charles Bohm penned a scathing and sarcastic tribute to his father days after the death of the 74-year-old. His name was Robert Adolph Bohm. You change that, wouldn't you? Bordering on offensive, the eulogy brands him as a cantankerous old sod. Have we got a quote from it? It reads, Robert Adolph Bohm, in accordance with his lifelong dedication to his own personal brand of decorum, muttered his last unintelligible and likely unnecessary curse on October the 6th, 2024. This came shortly before tripping backwards over some stupid mother effing thing and hitting his head on the floor, he added. Again, it's a shame we don't have the whole thing. He says about how he lacks military service, but that was probably for the best, as when taken up shooting as a hobby in his later years, he managed to blow not one but two holes in the dashboard of his own car on two separate occasions. I think he's been a bit mean here. Being a bit mean. But anyway, here is the dead father with his dogs, and that makes him all right by me. That makes it all right. I'm worried my daughter's going to do a similar thing for me when I'm gone. She's going to write. And he added, he's God's problem now. That was out of Clarendon in Texas. Yeah. And here is the son and father together. I'm sure it was all in good humour, but there you go. Kids, eh? Kids, who'd have them? Good news, everybody. Sadiq Khan and TfL Khan are going to get tough with drivers, because apparently there's 370 million pounds of outstanding debt on ULEZ charges. That's a lot of money, isn't it? That's a lot of cash. That's a lot of cash indeed. I feel like I've gone on too much. I really do. But we will. Oh, I'm going to do this one. This is an amazing story coming out of Brazil. This is businessman Helio da Silva, and he has taken over a stretch of derelict land in Sao Paulo over the past 20 years, right? And when you see this, yeah, he has planted 40,000 trees along this derelict land, turning it into a, well, parkland, into like a mini forest cutting through the city. And it's been his life's work. It's 3.2 kilometres long and a 100-metre wide stretch of land, and is now an urban jungle known as the Tiquatira Linear Park, with the Tiquatira River running between the two bustling avenues. And that is Helio with one of his trees. And yeah, he claims he was crazy when he began planting the trees, but he continued with his plan to leave a legacy in the city. And what a legacy! Wow, that is amazing, isn't it just? And we do have an animal story. This is Nikki Banfield. She took some pictures of a jellyfish washed up at Porth Hellick at St Mary's on the Scilly Isles. What was that just pinged? And here it is. This was a mauve stinger, and it's completely transparent, and it's got its dinner inside it. Look at that. Yeah. Wow. It's actually got its last meal, and this is where it was. Very, very nice on the Scilly Isles. So there you go, a completely transparent jellyfish with a young mullet inside it. Nikki, who's known as the barefoot photographer, says it always fascinates me to see this. It's made even more intriguing and interesting due to the transparency of the jelly. There's not many instances where you can see the prey of a creature in the predator's stomach. And several months ago, she captured a picture showing hundreds of thousands of mauve stingers that are washed up on the same beach. The rare purple jellyfish are small, but capable of a powerful sting and glow brightly at night if disturbed. So there you go. Mauve stinger. And I think we'll stop it there. Let's see if there's anybody in. Andrew's in. He says, "How down? I'm in. I'm in. Just got up. Okay." Andrew says, "Did you hear about Liam Payne? He went in one direction. Hey, you're doing my joke for me. You're doing my joke for me." And Run says, "Hi, hello there." And Darren says, "You're a genius." No, I'm not. I'm an idiot. Oops, wrong camera. Here we go. We do have some dog cam. She's here today, asleep on the sofa. There you go. Get a little bit of dog cam there for you. I had to stretch for that. I had to stretch to get that picture. So yeah, and Fasano's in. He said, "Good day." All right, Clive, and 9 people in. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And we'll do this all again soon. Thank you for watching. That was the news. Don't throw yourself off any balconies, because I love you. And suicide is just such a cheating way out, such a cheater's way out. And cheaters and drug takers never prosper. Killing the channel one video at a time. You know you've got to drink it up. Ta-ta.